I know who I am. I love who I am. I daily improve and grow. I am self-motivated and always inspired to excel. I have a clear vision. I have hope and faith. I believe in myself and my dreams. I am purpose-driven. My gifts and abilities are activated. I operate with full efficiency. I sweatlessly triumph in all things. I create the future of my dreams. I am daily transformed and translated. I operate supernaturally. I activate my divinity. I am practical and real. I have the ability to attain, consolidate, and aspire to new levels of success, wealth, and well-being. I positively critique and review my position and situation for improvement. I advance and grow daily. I am empowered to be all that I was created to be.
Do you know that based on research, 50% of first-time marriages are ending up in divorce? 62% of second-time marriages are ending up in divorce. 73% of third-time marriages are ending up in divorce. There is a major problem with intimate relationships and marriages. There's a problem with building strong and harmonious relationships and marriages today. Marriages and intimate relationships are failing everywhere in the world. And so people need relationship and marital coaching. And today, in this episode, Tolu is going to be working with Iquo, and they're going to be dealing with the area of relationships. That's right. Tolu is going to be working with Iquo. And you also, you need to stay in there and allow the process to coach you to in the area of your relationship and in the area of your marriage. Stay tuned and enjoy. Welcome to the Transformation Show. Hey guys, morning.
Sir.
How are you?
Good morning.
What's up?
Good, thank
How are you today?
Good. Are you?
Good.
Awesome. I heard you guys chit-chatting about today's episode. I hope you're excited about today.
Oh, yes. Quite excited.
All right. Who are you coaching today?
I'm going to be having a conversation with Iquo with regards to relationships. I'm particular about relationships and marriage as well. So for this session, we're going to be looking at how she's trying to get into a relationship and attract the right kinds of people, into her network. She's practically maybe been attracting not the people that she desires, So relationship positioning, what is stopping her from getting those attractions that she desires, and how to move into that terrain. And relationships are because we're social beings, so how we relate with people has a function. It has to do with what we are projecting ourselves. So our projection has to do with what we're attracting. So when we say that we are not attracting the right kind of people, or people just don't like me or something, then it comes back to us. What's it about us that we are not doing well? And then we have to do that inner check.
Wow.
To work on ourselves.
And when we talk about women are they're relational beings. They're, we often say that they're emotional, right? One of the things that does it for women is intimacy, is acceptance, is giving, nurturing. And so relationships really matter to women. So what processes, what tools, what methodologies are you looking to use?
So really it's just a blank wheel, the blank wheel and becoming blank, and then we start setting the tone. Wow. It's a powerful tool because my client gets to do all the work. I'm not telling her what to do. I mean, I usually tell some of my clients that, if you want 10 tips, 50 tips, 8 global things to do, you can go online and search them out. Yeah. But if you need to do the work within you, then you've got to go through that process. So come in blank and ready and open to discover that which you want for yourself. And so I'm just using the blank wheel, what we call the blank wheel of relationships.
Yeah, and you know, that was our creation. That was a tool that we created. And that tool was created based on the grounded theory of research, you know, where you do not think about what you want to get. You allow, you know, the participants, you allow the respondents to come up and the theories and the themes to come up such that when those things come up, you know exactly what that person really needs. I love the blank wheel. So are you excited about this?
Oh, yes,
episode?
I'm excited. I mean, really about what she's going to find out for herself and what it is that, you know, because most times when it comes to relationships and intimate relationships, it's usually about what you are, what you expect from the other person, you know, but not about what you expect from yourself first, you know, and looking within you and then now, you know, looking out for that. So I'm really excited about what's.
And you know, to viewers out there that are watching and listening to us have this conversation about intimate relationships, right? It's not about what you want in the other person first. It's about identifying those things and becoming those things.
Exactly.
Knowing how it feels to be those things, right? Such that you would attract your kind. If you are the right kind, you would attract the right kind. If you are the wrong kind, irrespective of what you have on your wish list, you're going to attract your kind.
So true.
As you are within, so you attract without. So you are like a magnet. If you're not getting the right relationships or attracting the right people, you need to check yourself before you wreck yourself, they say. Ooh, I love it.
My name is Iquo. I'm an HR professional. I'm here today on the Transformation Show to understand what it means to be the right partner and how to attract the right person.
Hello, Iquo. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. And yourself?
Very well, thank you. Good to finally meet you.
Hello.
And how's work been?
It's been great.
Hope it wasn't too difficult getting here.
No, not at all.
Awesome, awesome. Great. So this is a coaching session, and in coaching, you're in a safe space. I believe that I'm here to help you, to facilitate whatever is within you to come to that wonderful place that you want to be for yourself, right? I'm going to be asking you lots of questions.
That's fine.
And this is also being recorded. But if it's okay for us to proceed, please let me know.
It's okay. It's fine. Yeah.
Great. So we're here today for a coaching session, and I'd like to know exactly what it is that, what area of your life you would like us to discuss.
I would say relationships and just trying to discover what is it about me and how I can attract the right person and how to manage relationships, basically.
When you look at relationships, what kind of relationships are you looking at for yourself?
Romantic relationship, commitment, basically, something futuristic, something long-term.
So I hear commitment, futuristic, and long-term romantic relationship.
Yes.
Interesting. That's great. And on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the highest, how ready are you for this?
I'll just give myself a 7, 8.
7, 8?
Yeah.
What will it take to get it to a 9 or a 10?
I believe that I have some work to do with myself, and of course that's why I'm here. I need to understand what is it about me, like I said earlier, and what I need to do, because I believe that as much as I have my goal set and I have an idea of the kind of person I want to be with, I also know that I have to be the woman deserving of that kind of person. So what are the things that I need to work on? Maybe the things that I haven't recognized about myself that's probably affected past relationships that I need to work on now, in order to prepare me for what I'm looking for. So, yes. Over the years, I've been in a couple of relationships that hasn't ended well and has led to a lot of pain and bitterness and distraught. And I believe I have what it takes to attract the right person. But most importantly, I understand that I don't know it all. So I'm here to see those areas that have been like blind spots to me that I need to focus on in order to fully become that person that can attract the kind of person that I want.
How has it been for you to come to this place of now I need to find out some new things, that I need to work on myself?
For me, it's been a roller coaster of, there's been love, of course, there's been affection, and there's been pain, there's been a lot of bitterness. And I think I came to this conclusion that I have been settling, right? And it feels like I set certain standards for myself, and then I meet someone and I probably don't take out time to really assess the person. So I just probably jump right into it. And then somewhere along the line, I realize, okay, this might not really be it. But I keep telling myself, he's going to change. Things are going to work out. Why don't you just be patient? And the more I stay, the harder it is, and I just get to this point, like, you know what? This is below my standard. And I cannot keep entertaining it and expecting something different to happen. So, and it ends. And when it ends, of course, I'm in this place where there's so much anger, resentment. I start to blame myself. So why did you even jump into it in the first place? And I don't want that. So that has been like a cycle. Mm-hmm. And I feel like it's time for it to end. And I feel like, I don't know what it is. Maybe that's made me to attract the wrong kind of people. But I feel like, you know what? I think I need to figure out what exactly has been going on with me and how I can attract the kind of man that I think that I want. Mm-hmm. Yes.
So really what I hear now is you really desire to attract the kind of man that you want, having gone through this roller coaster cycles and seemingly settling for less.
Yes. I'm at this point in my life where I need to identify those things that I need to change about me, right? Because a lot of times it's easy for me to blame other people for the mistakes that they made and think, okay, I'm the victim and they're the villain. But without trying to identify what is it about me that caused them to react the way they did, which led to my reaction, and the part I also had to play. I'm looking for change, right? And I know that change starts from myself. So I need to work on myself. So as much as I have an idea of the kind of person I want to attract, I want to also be that person, that will be attractive to the person I want to attract.
Okay, so let's go into attracting this right kind of man for you.
Okay.
But let's look at the relationship, So what would a blissful, happy, wonderful relationship look like for you?
So I think I'll start by talking about the kind of man, if I move into the relationship aspect. For me, it's, I desire a man that sees me, right? You meet me, you see me, and you're trying to get to know me. So it's not just about the physical, it's not about the aesthetics, but who is equal, And not just that, you're able to identify your purpose in my life. So you know me, you can see where I'm going to. So what that means, you have to be a man that has vision, right? And you see where this lady is heading to, and you're able to identify what your purpose is in her life and how you can help her get to where she's headed. And that's the kind of man that I think, or I believe that I need, right? So if I had that kind of person, which means that we're going to be friends, and first and foremost, there's going to be a level of intentionality in our relationship. We're going to be intentional about everything, about communication, about our friendship, about partnership, and a lot more, So once we have that, I believe that the relationship will be seamless. So you understand me and I understand you. In terms of communication, that you're able to comprehend what I'm saying, because sometimes we hear people, but we're not paying attention to the message in whatever it is they're saying. So there is that aspect. And then, of course, in terms of partnership, we live in a world where people are selfish. So you're making a decision and then you're not considering how your decision is going to affect your supposed partner. And you go ahead and make that decision without consulting the person, then there's no partnership. So why am I in your life if you just think they could just get up and make decisions without, checking with me or even seeing, okay, how it's going to affect me, So all of that, again, it boils down to the kind of person he is. So if he sees me, right, and he understands the kind of person I am and sees where I'm headed, and he'll be intentional about so many things that will help our relationship grow. So at the end of the day, there is peace. And that's the one thing I look for. There is peace in the relationship. So my idea of a blissful relationship is peace, is partnership, is friendship, and companionship.
Wow. So what I hear is peace, partnership, friendship, and what's the last one?
Companionship.
Companionship.
Yes.
Okay. But you're looking out for an individual,
Yes.
a man,
Yes.
that knows you.
Yes.
Okay, and can find his purpose.
Yes.
In being in that relationship.
Yes.
With you.
Yes.
And then there was something you kept on hammering on, the word intentionality.
Yes.
So intentionality has to come from you and from him as well.
Of course.
Great.
Of course.
So coming back to that picture of the relationship, I mean, we've broken it down to friendship, companionship, partnership, and peace.
Yeah.
Okay. Those are 4 wonderful elements that you have mentioned now. If you were to add 4 more elements to that, what would they be?
I would say honesty. I would say integrity. I would say vulnerability. And what else can I add? Honor.
Honor.
Yeah.
Great. So honesty, honor, integrity,
Vulnerability.
and vulnerability.
Yes.
Okay. That's about the individual. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's look at the relationship. Okay. If you were to take the individual and you're looking at the relationship. So in the relationship, there's honesty.
Yes.
There's vulnerability.
Yes.
There's integrity.
Yes.
Right? Okay. And there is honor.
Yes.
Great. In addition to peace, friendship, collaboration, and companionship.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Awesome. And so if you look at these 4 wonderful elements, 8 elements now that we have put together, what would you say is, out of the 8, which one would you find of a very deep intensity for you? So when I say deep intensity, I mean, what will be your number 1 thing that will, you cannot do without in that relationship?
Friendship.
Friendship. All right. Fantastic. So what would friendship mean for you? If you were to, activities, what would be happening in that relationship that would tell you that, friendship is at 100%?
So, which takes us back to who is a friend, right? And my understanding or definition of a friend is someone who cares about you, someone who not necessarily puts you first, like, of course, not put you above themselves, but they consider you. They care about your well-being, right? They're interested in doing fun things with you, and you share a lot in common. They understand who you are, right? And they're trying to build something with you, right? They share similar vision with you, and so I would say some form of alignment in what I call friendship. So for me, friendship is consideration and understanding.
Great. Yeah. And how have you been empowering your friendships? So this is what your definition of friendship is, and this is what you desire to have.
Yeah.
So when you're looking at you giving out friendship,
Yes.
on a scale of 0 to 100, how would you rate yourself based on these indices and what you have, pictured as a great friendship?
To be honest, I'll give myself a 9, and then that's just me. That's my opinion. I don't know what other people might think about that, but yeah.
Okay, so 9/10.
Yes.
Okay, fantastic, great. So let's look at something else. You know, based on some of the elements you identified, companionship. How do you see yourself now on this journey as a companion with somebody else? As you see Iquo now, you know Iquo, right? And based on how you know Iquo now, how is she playing out in terms of companionship right now? If you want to rate yourself based on previous relationships or even as you see yourself, how would you
How would I rate
yourself?
on a scale of 1 to 10?
Yeah.
Maybe? Over the years, I probably would have said a 9 or a 10, but I think that has depreciated because I find that a lot of times I'm giving more than I'm receiving, right? That energy is not being reciprocated. So I think I've gotten to this point where I feel like, you know what, human beings are selfish, right? So when I meet someone, my ability to give or to commit like before, like be their companion basically, has sort of depreciated. So right now I'll probably rate myself a 6 or 7.
So what needs to happen for Iquo to come back up again to an 8 or 9?
Trust.
How would you help you trust you to be able to go on that journey again?
I don't know. A lot has happened, and I think this is part of the reasons why I'm here, is to heal. You know, and I think that's what's going to help me get back to that place where I can trust again.
It's okay. It's okay.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Just take a deep breath.
I'm a bit emotional. Sorry.
Just take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Take it in again. We're not rushing through this.
It's
So take
fine.
it in again. Breathe out slowly.
I'm fine. Yeah.
One more deep breath. Take another deep breath.
Okay.
All right. So I understand that trust is an issue, and it's for you to come back to trusting again.
Yeah.
Okay. And how will it be for you if you come to that place of trusting again and being ready to go on this journey with someone?
So I understand that as human beings, a lot of times we have expectations of other people, and we project, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that, you haven't done this, and that is based on the standards that we set for ourselves. And for me, is a matter of taking a step back and analyzing myself, because it's easy to blame other people for the pain they've caused you, and sometimes you neglect the part you played, you know, in allowing that to happen, or how you triggered them that led to them causing you pain and all of that. So for me, it's just taking a step back and looking at, okay, so Iquo, what are the things that you've done wrong in the past? What are those attributes, those traits that you've never really paid attention to, that has somehow affected your relationships and has caused this thing to happen? And then beginning to address them one by one. Because first, I need to heal. I need to identify the part that I've played, the mistakes that I've made, forgive myself, and grow. So those standards, those things that I said, oh no, if it's not it, this is it, it's nothing else. I need to go back and evaluate it. What are the benefits? Is this selfish? Or am I actually considering the other person? This thought process, is it right? Even if it's right for me, is it right for the other person? And then from there, I just try to make corrections and just basically working on myself, right? And I think that's it for me. So work on me and then get to that point where once I meet someone that doesn't even, probably doesn't share the same values as I do, I know that, okay, I can't compromise my stance regardless of what this person is saying or how they claim they feel about me. I should know that, okay, this is not what I need. I'm not even going to it in the first place. And it also helps me identify who I can trust and who I shouldn't trust based on certain parameters. One of it would mean values, principles, what is important to this person, what are they passionate about, what do they believe in, because all of this forms the basis of their actions and their words and all of that.
Okay. So I hear you say that you have to get to know this person in terms of their values, their beliefs, what forms their,
Yeah.
But to be able to get to that point, there's going to be some form of vulnerability as well.
Yes.
And that is also going to help you to trust this person.
Of course.
On that process, on that journey,
Yeah.
it's going to be a two-way thing.
Of course.
Right?
Mm.
So how are you ready now? Ready are you to, it's one thing for another person to come and be vulnerable and open.
Yeah.
It's something else for you to still be held down
Yeah.
by trust
Yeah.
issues and not being able to reciprocate.
That love. Okay.
Okay? And not being able to reciprocate will already draw a barrier
Okay.
in the progression of that relationship.
Yes.
Okay, so how will it be if you be in this kind of arrangement or setting? You meet someone and the person is willing to be vulnerable and ready, but you still have this trust bias. What will be your deal breaker to help you?
So like I said, the person has to see me and understand me. But regardless of all that's happened, I'm naturally an open person. I like to share, right? I like to talk about myself, especially if I feel like it's going to help the person. And if I meet someone, I want to let the person know this is who I am. So I would talk about myself, or probably if I'm asked, I would share. But my concern would be what that person would use that information for. Like I've said, over the past, I've shared certain things and I've had people use those things against me. And as vulnerable as I think I am, it all boils down again to trust. Can I trust this person to be vulnerable with me? I'm open to people being vulnerable with me. I would receive it. But my fear, based on past experiences, would be, can I really trust this person? Would this person receive my own level of vulnerability? So I feel like there are certain levels. When we talk about vulnerability, you say, okay, we just think it's just one thing, but there are levels to it, and I'm a deep person. So if I go deep, does this person have the emotional maturity to handle me or to handle this level of vulnerability? And again, for me, I'll just be watching out, okay, just what does this mean? And I think because of, again, experiences, I'm always trying to analyze. And maybe I might overanalyze things, I don't know. But I'll be analyzing the person's actions, the facial expressions, their body language. I'm like, okay, is this person thinking this? Is this too much? Is this too little? Yeah, but I feel like once I'm able to connect with someone that, again, shares the same values as I do, same principles, the same perspective to life. And of course, doesn't mean that we will agree on everything. but a larger percentage of it, yes, we have a lot in common. I feel like I can trust this person, because we share the same values, and yeah. So of course I would open up, and I will receive it. And
Great.
to flow.
Talking about values and principles now. Because a lot of it seems for you to be connected to sharing values,
Yes.
sharing principles.
Yeah.
And based on everything that we've said so far, we've used different words and different descriptions, here and there and all.
Yeah.
We've looked at the word commitment,
Yes.
vulnerability,
Yes.
there's trust, there's
Honesty.
honesty,
Integrity.
honor, integrity,
Peace.
and everything, right? When you look at all of this, what are the three major elements that you would use as areas that you know within yourself that I need to work on for me? I know you've mentioned trust. Okay,
Yeah.
so what are the other elements?
That I need to work on for myself.
Yes.
Partnership. Right. I think I've gotten accustomed to doing life by myself, doing things myself, my way. And if I expect someone to do something, they don't do it, I don't bother, I just get up and do it. Right. But I understand that going into a relationship, that can happen. I need to be able to trust the person and collaborate with this person. So I can't go on making decisions, right, without, of course, consulting my partner. So there's partnership. There is the area of honor. For me, I think that sometimes what I've seen so far, sometimes when I've trusted a person, I have expectations of this person, and they fall short. At some point, I begin to lose respect for them. And once I begin to lose that respect for them, because I feel like it leads to dishonor. And once it leads to, of course, it's the relationship from there, it just goes downward. Of course, nothing can happen. So when it comes to that, I need to learn to see people beyond their mistakes and not view it from a place of pain. Because when you're viewing from a place of pain, that's what leads to disrespect. And then, of course, honor is out of the window, So, and that's why I talked about healing. Because, of course, once I get to that place where I'm completely healed and, I'll begin to see people for who they are and not judge them based on the things they've done or haven't done. So honor as an area I need to work on, and trust, like we've already established, that I'm not suspicious, that I'm not trying to analyze a person, because a lot of times, because of our experiences, I meet someone and the person does something that reminds me of a previous experience. All the feelings and the emotion and the pain comes back, and I'm like, oh, is this person trying to do this? Oh, okay, that's how the other person did. So I'll begin to maybe bring things together that don't even exist based on the previous experience. So again, trust. So I need to get to that point where I'm dealing with you based on you. You hurt me. I'm not making reference to something that's happened before, but I'm trying to understand the reason why you did what you did, because obviously it won't be the same reason why the previous person did what they did. So yeah. So those are the three areas.
So what I hear is in the line of partnership, honor, and trust.
Yes.
And it's been a bit of, because of your past experiences, you're projecting.
Yes.
You're projecting what necessarily may not be going on.
Yes.
But you've projected and you're probably already acting out.
Yes.
Building up that wall.
Yes.
Around you.
Yeah.
So now we need to break the wall. Okay, and how are we going to break that wall? What's that thing you need to forgive yourself for?
Wrong choices? Yeah. Wrong choices. Because most of my regrets stem from, why did I do it? Why did I even let this person in? Why did I think this person would be any different? I made a wrong choice. And I beat myself over it, and I stay in this place where I am bitter for a while. The good thing is I move on from things quickly. Because I don't like staying in a place of pain. So when I'm in that space, I'm like, I need to get out of this. I need to get out of this. So whether or not I'm able to, find closure with the person, I don't wait. I just want to move on. I just want to get over it, And I think what that does is I don't really deal with the issue. I just want to get over the pain and I just move on, So for me, I feel like I need to deal with the root of the issue and forgive myself for that choice that I made, and understand that when I made those choices, I didn't know any better. And sometimes experience teaches you, and maybe learn to take the good out of the experience rather than focus on the negative.
So I want you to take a deep breath now. Okay? And breathe out. And put your hand on your chest.
Okay?
And say that I forgive myself.
I forgive myself.
For whatever the situation it may meet, I forgive myself. And then mention that, what it is that you're forgiving yourself for.
And I understand that I am not perfect.
Great. And then I forgive myself totally for all of these things. So we're going to add the word totally to it.
And I forgive myself totally for all of these things.
Awesome. How do you feel? Good. All right. So coming back to relationship, okay, you can take a deep breath. Take it again. And breathe out.
Yeah.
So having outlined everything that you desire in this wonderful relationship of yours, okay, and this is what you want in this man, you have seen where you need to work on, and you are already, you've identified those areas. Having worked on them, so let's look at, you're going to take steps now to go and work on them, partnership, trust, and
vulnerability,
and
partnership,
peace, yeah, and trust, okay? Yeah. And breaking down those walls. I think the walls are coming down now. On a scale of 1 to 10, how have those walls been? How are they now?
They're coming down.
Okay.
They're coming down. They're coming down. So I think we're probably at a 5 now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Good.
Coming down.
So continue repeating those words to yourself in terms of forgiving yourself. So what needs to change in your own lifestyle in terms of going out and positioning yourself in all of these locations to meet someone that is intentional? So someone that goes to a resort, intentional about relaxing, whether alone or with a group of friends. Something. Maybe they have a seminar, and the seminar is holding at the resort.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. And then how would you see yourself in such an environment? Would you?
That means I have to travel a lot.
Okay.
I need to be outgoing because I won't lie. I love my house. So yeah. Well, there's a part of me that doesn't believe that I have to go to places to position myself in order to meet a man. I don't. So if I want to go out, I want to go out because I want to have fun. If I meet someone, I meet someone. If I don't, it's fine. So I wouldn't say I'm intentional, like, I want to go out. You must catch one man today. Nah. But yeah, so I think I need to be more outgoing. Because obviously the man is not going to appear in my house and say, oh, I got a revelation that you're my wife and I'm here. Of course that's not going to happen, right? Yeah, so I think I need to be more outgoing. I need to trust a lot. Travel a lot rather. Visit places, network, right? Yeah, I think I need to be a lot more outgoing, and not just outgoing, but be particular about the places I go to, and yeah,
Outgoing for yourself, really.
yeah,
Yeah.
outgoing.
So
for
I
myself.
hear now that even not being outgoing enough, not going out for yourself, enjoying that fun and recreation and taking care of your peace.
Yes.
Enjoying that peace that you desire in other places is something you need to work on as well.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I do.
Great.
Because I do it in my house. I'm like, my house is my safe space. I can do whatever I want, but of course, I'm not gonna meet people that way. So yeah, so engaging in those activities, being intentional, planning towards it. We are planning for a trip at the end of the year, and and I know that I'm going because I want to unwind, and all of that.
So being intentional
Yes,
for yourself.
for myself.
Great. Awesome. All right. Is this a good place to end the session?
You can say so.
What would you say was your what are your key takeaways from this? How was this for you?
There are a lot of things I probably never realized about myself, and I've probably undermined my pain. And I think talking about this at some point brought me face to face with some of the things that I swept under the carpet. And it also emphasizes the need for me to heal. I mean, healing is on different levels, and I'm seeing now that even though I believe that I've healed through certain things, there are still some underlying issues that I haven't really dealt with, and I'm not even conscious of it. That I need to go back and okay, you need to deal with this once and for all, and just basically yank off the band-aid, because like there's a wound and I put on a plaster and then it's eating in deep like a cancer. So I need to take it out, and let it breathe, and then let it heal.
Great.
So I think that's been it for me.
All right then. It's been an amazing time with you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right. Great. Well done.
Thank
Nice.
you.
Hey, Tolu, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Was that a draining session?
Not really draining per se, but it was a bit intense. That's the word. It was intense.
What was intense about it?
So coming into the session thinking it was just coaching, but while still being open, and as the session went, found that there were deeper issues that needed to be resolved.
So you needed to switch into integrative practice.
Oh yes,
So
I had to do a combo.
What did you guys get into?
So we got into, I got into some form of healing, and she needed to go through forgiveness therapy. We created some affirmations, which she said, which she was repeating after me. And it helped her a bit because she realized that she had walls, and the wall had broken down to maybe a level of 5 to what it was before when she first came in. She got a bit emotional as well during the session, but she came out better and brighter.
And how did you feel
for
about
herself? It was. I felt excited for her and happy for her. It was as if I didn't want to let her go. As in, let's just continue enjoying what we're enjoying now.
So what are the next steps in terms of, with Iquo? I know that you were working with her in relationships. What were the issues? Had she been married before? What were the challenges? What are what is she doing differently now? And what next with you?
Okay, so with Iquo, she's been in previous relationships that had made her not to trust people anymore.
People or men?
Men, actually, really. And that she felt that she had been attracting the wrong kinds of people, men, in terms of giving her all and yet being disappointed, in that process. So in as much as she desires to have an empowering, intimate relationship. She found out that she had trust issues. She desires to have someone as her companion, but she wasn't ready to do life again with someone else. As in, she found out that there was a barrier in that element because she mentioned the word companionship, and for her it meant doing life together. But there was still that barrier in terms of releasing herself, being vulnerable to do life with somebody else. Yes, so in that session, she came out. She came out of this new awareness that these are some of the issues that she probably did not know she had. She thought she had dealt with the pain, but found out that she still needed to deal with the pain. So it was like, I can't stay in this mode anymore. So there's just the switch, but not dealing with the pain. Okay, and so what we did in the session was forgiving herself because she was hard on herself that she had allowed such relationships in the first place that had put her in that place. So we started the forgiveness affirmations for her, and she broke down a bit, but she got to the point that she realized that even to position herself for what she desires, she now needs to be more outgoing. She said that, well, nobody's going to find me inside my house, so I need to come out more often. I need to be outgoing. She has made her home some form of safe space for herself.
Right, which is understandable.
Yes, based on what,
the experiences she's been having.
Yeah.
So was she able to profile why she was attracting a certain kind of man, and what kind of profile of a certain kind of man she now wants?
So, in terms of why she has been why she had been attracting, she felt that she had been too vulnerable and that she just takes all the good and not actually taking in data from some of the observations of the negatives. And so she would just push negatives aside and empower all the good and make excuses. But she felt that, she found out that with that she was doing, she was sabotaging some of her beliefs and her values, and she was settling for less. So it looked as if she was nurturing or leading. She's a firstborn. Okay, and so she has that mother.
So did you guys do
nature.
some child work?
No, we didn't get into doing that. We didn't get into.
So she's reliving her past.
Yeah, to a extent.
The kinds of men she's attracting.
Well, yes.
Who's her role model? Her mom.
We didn't get into that. To know who her role model is.
Her mom and her dad together.
Her mother is here. Her father is. She has family values. Okay, so, and she gave an example of the man having family values as well. So she just narrated the story, but I think that it's coming from where she's coming from. So she said something about if a man wants to travel with her and knowing that she's still living under her father, with her father, the man should take permission from her father. Wow. Okay, because you respect my father, the fact that I'm under his roof, to be able to, say that, okay, we're going out together. So that element of respect for family values and all was there. So
very interesting.
And she's high on family values. I guess that.
So do you find that, or did you find that her high standards of family value being a strength is also a weakness in terms of how she measures, her partner's not being able to measure up to what her expectations are?
Well, she hasn't. We didn't probe that deeper, but what was really the issue for her was the fact that she was particular about herself and what she wanted to find out for herself with regards to next steps. And really for her it was healing. So she needed to heal from the previous relationships and all that she had formed for herself. And then also what are the things she needed to work on for herself. You know, I saw that at the end of the session, it was that, I mean, I told her I was going to have a further conversation with her, okay, because I also noticed that there was something deeper that we still needed to address.
And this is very interesting, especially with coaches out there today, post-COVID, and knowing the significant impact of our emotions, trauma, our psychology on our behaviors. It's important that coaches begin, to understand and learn more in the areas of cognitive behavioral therapy. You begin to understand how the mind works, how to be able to elicit limiting, disempowering negative beliefs, and how to deal with, behavioral change. Because at the heart of, she came for coaching. Meanwhile, what she really needed was therapy. And there was absolutely no way she was going to attract the right kind of man and keep him if she didn't deal with, the baggage that she was bringing forth. And if as a coach you don't have those competencies, then you would have had to refer her to a therapist, and then possibly she comes back to you. So it's either of two things. It's either you get trained as a coach to be an integrative practitioner, NLP, EFT matrix, CBT, psychodynamics, psychology, neuroscience, quantum physics, coaching, and you become an integrative coach. And the Olusola Lanre Coaching Academy, we provide those services, and we train and certify you to practice globally. It's either you do that or you stick with just being a coach.
Which
which
may be limiting.
Yeah, which may be a bit of a limiting, factor for you in terms of clients, in terms of income, in terms of impact, in terms of ability to transform the lives of your client. So if you're a coach out there or you're thinking about being a coach, you want to think about that and you want to reach out to us so that we can help you, with your professional progress, your professional development. So Tolu, so you say that you're going to work with us subsequently, and we probably would, at some other episode sometime later in the future, come back and see what Iquo is doing.
Oh yes,
That'd be a good one to see a journey with you, and what's up in terms of our intimate relationships. So thank you very much. It's really been an eye opener for me with this show. For me, it's heartwarming. The fact that we can actually be transforming minds and transforming lives on the Transformation Show.
Amazing, isn't it?
So, guys, watch the show. Make sure you don't watch it for entertainment. Watch it for your own transformation. And reach out to us and let us know how the Transformation Show has transformed your mind and transformed your life. Look out for the next episode. See you on that episode.
It was very intriguing. At first, I was a little uncomfortable, but at the end of the day, I understand that in order for me to truly heal, I need to be vulnerable. And, my inability to trust and always overanalyzing, trying to psychoanalyze because of past experience. And I realized that I had not fully healed from from certain things. I'd swept some things under the carpet, and I think the session helped bring it to light, and I had to deal with that emotion, which helped me recognize that it's possible that I have trust issues. And I also understood that there were areas that I had not really paid attention to that the session helped bring to light. And I would say, yes, I have. I've forgiven myself for those wrong choices. I'm ready to make new ones. And yeah, if there are things I'm taking away from this session, is that healing is a journey, and you can't just assume that because you've healed from a particular thing that you totally heal. There are different levels to healing that I need to be willing to trust people, and I need to be open. And as much as I want a vulnerable partner, I also have to get to that point where I'm also entirely vulnerable. I've also been able to recognize that I've built up walls, and those walls need to be taken down. And the session helped me take down the walls. What other thing? That I need to forgive myself, which I have, and it has to be a continuous thing. And that I need to be more outgoing. And outgoing in the sense that it's not just about trying to find someone or meet someone, but I'm trying to enjoy life for myself, and whatever happens, happens.
If you need a coach or therapist, or would like to train to become a certified coach or therapist, please call +234 8098 883 555 or +234 8077 077 000. Alternatively, send an email to hello@thecatalystng.com.